here from Suyoguiposi. Suigipo is the second largest city on Jeju Island, settled on a rocky volcanic coastline in the southern part of Jeju Province, South Korea. We are here with the open qualifiers of ESL DreamHack Masters Last Chance Asia server qualifiers, and we almost didn't get this, funnily enough, but thankfully we have enough signups, so we will have a couple of games. I am, of course, your host, Yaku of Zaku, and with me today is El Celebrador de Monos que Posee Unos Pocos Radiadores, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? Yes, we are back, and as you said, we almost didn't have a broadcast. I was totally preparing myself to go live and be like, "Yup, there's no tournament." For those wondering, it would
end up being a show match between Light and I.
Yeah.
Broadcast.
For those wondering, DreamHack Last Chance, the open qualifiers for Asia, has a lot of qualifying spots. 16 to be in fact. That's a lot. That's a lot of spots. And
they're close qualifiers, yeah.
Yeah, and going into it, we barely had 16 to just make up a bracket.
We had a perfect 16 for a while. All the players were celebrating. We were like, yes, we get to the close qualifiers already.
Mm-hmm.
But we did manage to round up a bunch of people. You know, pings were sent, DMs were DM'd.
Yeah.
And now we've got 21. Or 20. I'm not sure if Time is still signed up. For anyone unaware, Time was directly invited to the close qualifiers, so
yeah,
doesn't actually have to play in this.
Time was he was pulling a Piglet where he just signs up for everything and not realizing that he doesn't have to sign up. So shaking my head, Time, he's not supposed to be here. But
get out of here.
Get out of here, Time. You're too good. You're too good for this.
Yeah.
God, but that does mean that there are only going to be a handful of matches played. At the moment, there's looking to be like 20 players, which means there are only going to be like 4 or 5 matches. On top of that, there happen to be 4 or so English. There's 3 English streams, so
perfect.
We have to do our best to split up and try and get our own match and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math here. So if we have 17, then we would have 1. If we had 18, then we would have 2. If we had 19, we would have 3. If we have 20, then we would have 4 in total.
Yeah.
But
there you go. 4 matches.
Look, I'm not gonna worry about it. Ice Guards and Distro are lovely admins. They are contacting players as we speak, and they are trying to show it.
Oh!
Get us in.
Yo, and congratulations, the bracket's alive. Demi has been seeded through. I see you in the chat, Demi. Congratulations!
Hey!
You qualified.
It was a hard-fought battle.
Woo!
Yes. Yeah, woo indeed! Exclamation mark B in the chat will bring you the ESL bracket. Keep in mind, the only matches that are going to be played are the ones in the round of 32. So we see a couple of round of 16 matches. The players might decide to play them out, and they might not, but usually they decide not to. But yeah, what we want to be focusing on are the round of 32 matches.
Yes. So again, have a look at the bracket to see your favorite players who have qualified through. Again, the big notable ones outside of the typical Koreans that we would expect is that Demi did just get seeded through. So I mean, that's a bit of a win there for Southeast Asia. Exclamation mark Funada, Mia, Micah, and Go Joy, because mate, where are you guys? They totally could have. I know they probably forgot. So
I think Gogo Joey's still in the lab, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Nice and Haas are already seeded to the next round, so if Gogo Joey signed up, he'd have had a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But I guess now it's on us to try and find a match. And if I look at this, like there's 2 matches that pop out to me. One, probably the closest match and the most intense one would be Rise versus Ashbringer. I feel like that would
I'm
probably
with
be
you there.
yeah. But a fun one would be if we casted Elusori versus Biel.
Yes, it's been so long since we've been able to catch Elusori. And of course,
Yeah.
Biel is such an exciting player as well.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very active Muta style.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where we're so ingrained in the scene where if we look at all the qualifying matches, like we're familiar with a lot of these guys, like the Mohawk is there, Elusor is there, Chocolate's there, like all the Sea Boys.
All the Sea Boys. Rise, of course, pretty active in Oceanian stuff as well, and Ashbringer just very consistently signs up for ESL weeklies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, everyone's here.
Hopefully we find a match. Ashbringer is looking for Rise at the moment. Chocolate is here. So we could jump on Chocolate versus Nightmare as well.
Ooh.
I don't see Elusori in game unless he's on a barcode or something. Yeah.
One match that speaks out to me, or that doesn't speak out to me because it's not here anymore, but I got pretty hyped for before we got into it, or before the bracket actually went live, was I wanted to see Wardy play. Wardy sacrificed himself. He sacrificed his stream just so we could have something to cast. But in the end, we were able to get more players in, so yeah, Wardy is back on casting.
He is. So unfortunately, we won't be able to cast Wardy today. He was joking that he would have to play or something.
Oh, he actually did sign up.
Oh,
like he checked in the bracket, but then after the admin's video announced, like, guys, we got 21 players. He was like, okay.
Yeah. So
there was. That's the
didn't...
lengths that Wardy will go to make sure we have something to make sure the viewers will have something.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Oh, Chicken Man's actually asking where we're going.
Oh, let him know. We'll go for Rise, man. We'll go for Rise because Rise did just show up. Our boy.
Alrighty then, we're going to try to contact Rise, our boy, and Ashbringer as well.
Yeah, I'm torn, honestly, just because we know so many of these players. It's like Chocolate, he's an MSO champion, you know, he's our boy, he plays Final Fantasy 14, like, what's not to like about him?
I was just streaming that last night, actually.
He was. So yeah, like it's rough between choosing him or Rise. And meanwhile, Elusori would be a lot of fun as well. I just don't see Elusori online, so that match may just not happen.
It's a shame. I love to just jump on him, you know. Start roasting him, but yeah. Don't believe he is here at the moment.
Also, is this a best of 5?
It is a best of 5, yeah, because it's a qualifying match.
Let's go!
Indeed, immediately. Ideally, yep. Once again, let's try to sort things out. What's the word I'm thinking of here? Like, coordinate. There we go. Coordinate with our players as well as our casters. It's, again, we don't have that many matches up tonight, so we have to spread them out as much as possible. Shout out once again to our admins for trying to enforce that with the players.
Yeah. Massive shout out to all the admins for helping us out and making sure that we get all of our matches going and that we're all able to cast something as we just set things up. I could be wrong. Is Ashbringer or is he Protoss or Zerg? He's one of the two.
I seem to remember him playing Protoss.
Okay.
He is one of the two, because I remember Hyperion is Zerg. It's always Ashbringer and Hyperion to me are the two wildcards that always consistently sign up for ESL Asias. And I remember Hyperion plays Zerg, so I think Ashbringer plays Protoss.
Okay.
That's my system of remembering.
Yeah. I just know he's not Terran.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Elisor even showed up. I can see the chat's catching up as well.
He signed up.
Yeah.
Not sure if he necessarily showed up.
It's one of those things where God, like, to be fair, like, maybe our Ducklings are even busy right now, but you know, pinging them would have been great as well.
Yeah. I know Sarduck said he wanted to whatchamacallit, get back in the game at some point in December.
Yeah. I guess not in last chance.
But now taking a little bit of a break, yeah. Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, it's the off-season, right? It's supposedly the off-season. Oh, God, let's go in.
There's a lobby. Let's jump in. We have... I'm not even going to try pronouncing that.
The Cyrillic.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Here we go.
But apparently it's Berlingrad, so that is what Berlingrad is in Russian.
There you go.
Are we saying it's lobby, or?
Yeah, we'll stay.
Alright.
Okay, so boy.
Tis.
I also messaged Chocolate earlier and I said good luck, and he said thank you, and I'm like, nah, good luck in Final Fantasy later. Oh, God. But yeah, it does seem like Elisor is not showing up, so there may be a walkover there. Feels bad, man. But yeah, we're live, and we got one series, mate. Maybe 1.5.
Yeah, maybe. We might be able to jump into, again, these are all best of 5s. We might be able to jump into something a little bit into a different series midway later on.
Hey, I'll jump onto Chocolate. That's all good.
Yeah. Of course you would.
Oh, yeah. He is a bunny girl.
Is he?
No, he's a cat girl, sorry. Oh. He's the other one. Oh, God.
Bunny boys are a thing now, from what I heard.
They are a thing now, they are. Yeah.
Used to only be a bunny girl. But, regardless, we are going to be kicking off our qualifying match here on Berlingrad LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have a teal Protoss player coming down from the land of Russia. He is, of course, going to be representing, from what I understand, himself. He is still teamless at the moment. We have Ashbringer.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Australian Protoss player. He is yellow. Representing himself, it is Rise, aka Soul.
He did call himself that for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his original ID before he decided to become Spirit. Oh, no, wait, that's someone else.
That's... Yeah, until he decided to become Radada. No, wait.
Yeah. Turned into Rainer. But I'm excited for a couple of reasons. Rise, he's an interesting player. He is great. He's amazing at the game. He's beautiful. And if you recall, he is someone that I was very disappointed in because he did not show up for the ANZ Champ qualifiers.
Yep.
Despite honestly being on fire at the time, because he was practicing, he was like playing a lot, and he was a solid player a couple of months ago, like more than deserving to be part of ANZ Champs.
I absolutely remember that. I think in the first qualifier he signed up, he was on fire, but barely didn't make it. And then for qualifier number 2, he signed up and he slept in.
Yeah. As you said, I remember as well. In qualifier number 1, I think he was in 2 qualifying matches because he got knocked down to low bracket.
Yep.
And he went all the way to the ace match.
In both of them.
Yeah, exactly. He was so close. And it's like, nah, don't worry, mate. You got so close in qualifier 2, you'll make it. But he didn't show up. And it was like, oh god, it was so sad.
Yes, it made my head.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But now here he is, and he is across the map with a proxy robo.
Doing about what I'd expect from Rise, if I'm being honest. Because this is part of why he's such a terrifying Protoss player in the region. He is not afraid to mix up proxies every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. He was even saying that even though he was active a couple of months ago, he hasn't been too active now. But yo, Ashbringer, he's looking around. He sees.
Barely sees it, and he will react.
Ugh. Ay. Rise is trying to set up another pylon. I don't think that's in range to keep it powered, unfortunately. Two Adepts are about to show up, though, and they're going to try and disrupt this a little bit, but...
He's going to cancel it? Is he going to cancel it? He does, just at the last second. He's wasting a little bit more of these Stalkers' times, or buying himself a little bit more time to set up a gateway. That's what I'm talking about.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. The Adepts are across the map. The wall is a wall. In a couple of seconds, the Stalkers are going to pop out, so the Adepts are going to be forced back. Ooh, and there's nothing at home. Oh.
And there is one. It is a full wall, but Stalkers just have a very easy time knocking down that wall.
Oh god, exactly. Everything's going to get depowered as well. There's only going to be two gateways that are powered. And Rise, he's going to try and go all in.
It's such a weird micro battle that we've got where both players are winning on the front lines and losing in the home front.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, just like there's just so much production here for Ashbringer. Like he can just warp in more units than Rise can. It's just a numbers game. Meanwhile, oh god, Rise is being forced all the way back. War Prism is even going across the map.
Exactly. Not only does Ashbringer have more production, he has the ability to warp in his production just about anywhere.
Yeah, exactly, as he does back off. Quickly checking his vision, he actually hasn't seen the proxy, but Rise is only working with 2 gates right now, and this Robo is not going to be useful to him at all, unfortunately. Like, if it was another gateway, then maybe, but yeah, at the moment, he can't even make Stalkers.
Yeah, that one round of warp-ins coming out from Ashbringer, I think that's just about going to be the final nail in the coffin. Rise pulls the boys, but I'm not convinced it's going to be enough.
Yeah, especially with the micro, right? The War Prism comes in, and essentially these Stalkers that blink, we do see a massive warp in the face of Rise, and GG gets called.
Ashbringer takes game number 1. Oh. A very appropriate reaction to discounting a proxy.
Yeah, that was just unlucky from Rise. Like when you go for a proxy robo like that, and when your proxy robo is almost done as well, for it to be denied, it's a really rough scenario to come back on, especially on Berlingrad, where your opponent can just take a couple of steps and already be at your front door, you know?
Yeah, I like the idea that Rise had as a follow-up to that, you know? Go, since I can't get this robo facility up and running, I may as well just focus a lot more on gateway units and try to overwhelm you from there. But in the end, who overwhelmed who is what I want to know. Oh, there's Elise.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Too late, man.
He made it.
My head.
Oh, God. So, and the other thing that I wanted to add is that because this game was so short, the added bonus to it is that if this series does end quickly, then we could try and, you know, cast someone like Illusory or Chocolate.
True. We're gonna be able to spread it out.
Spread the love, you know. We'll try. Oh boy, as we're diving into game 2.
Yeah. Game 2. Yeah, let's see Chase coming into the chat here. Cheering for Jesse.
Yeah, Rise did recently join the ANZ Discord where you have all the other amateur players practicing, so it's great to see Rise being active here. Also, exclamation mark for Nada Chase, because again, you could have been like Varun. You could have automatically gotten a seed into into the closed qualifier.
Shake it, SMHing my head. That would mean that he would have to play less Final Fantasy, though.
True.
And that's not something that you give up lightly. But anyway, we are going to be continuing our qualifying match here on 2000 Atmospheres. LE, we're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have a Teal Protoss player coming down from the land of Russia. He is still teamless to my knowledge. He is Ashbringer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Australian Protoss, who's here in the bottom left, but also Proxying once again, we have Rise.
You love to see it. He did warn us in game number 1 how to look. That's a 3-gate?
Yep, Mass Zealot, no gas. Let's go.
No scout either from the side of Ashbringer. He's bringing a probe down now. But I think this may just be too late.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. This is very Leo Russia-esque. I don't know if you remember Leo Russia.
I remember Leo.
He would proxy 4-gate Mass Zealot. Unfortunately, only 3 gates here for Jesse, for Rise, so not as committed. But regardless, this is going to get scouted. Ashbringer is going to be like, hold on, your tech is missing. But he doesn't quite know what is across the map and what's going to hit him. He will once he scouts the lack of gas, though.
Yeah, this can literally only mean one thing.
Yeah.
Well, it can mean multiple things, but all of them involve gateways.
Yeah, it's like the only other thing is like proxy nexus question mark. I don't know. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
No.
Not the mothership core isn't around anymore.
Oh god, not really.
It used to be a thing back in Hard.
Did used to be. Meanwhile, the Zealots will get in. Yo, they're gonna try and focus on this pylon. If the pylon dies, then maybe Jesse can make this happen.
Yeah, even with the Chrono Boost, the Adepts are still not quite out yet. The Zealots are actually targeting down the probes, which is good damage, but it will mean that the Adept at least will make it out. Doesn't matter much in the end, though, because Ashbringer is going to be completely out of money.
Oh my god, exactly. Ashbringer, he's down to 7 workers. He has a single Adept. He's going to have a second Adept to work with. His micro has to be on point. He does target down one of the Zealots and the second, but now he only has 2 Adepts to work with. And Rise, mate, his economy is left untouched. He can just keep pumping out Zealots.
3 at a time.
Yeah.
Just like so. He's going to be camping this one pylon. Ashbringer can literally only afford to nothing anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, Ashbringer, he was trying to wall off earlier, but the wall was not a wall. The Zealots got in. And Rise, he's safe enough at home to take his gases, to get a Cybercore, to expand.
Yeah, the last thing Rise wants to do right now is tunnel vision too much. He doesn't have to go all in from here. Which thankfully he isn't.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's on Ashbringer. Like, he's in a really rough place. If he wanted to, he could send his Adepts across the map, and if there wasn't a full wall off, maybe he could deal some damage. But if that happened, then these Zealots would sneak in, and then he would lose the game. Like, he just has to stay at home.
Yeah, in a normal scenario, you do want to be sending the Adepts across the map and letting your reinforcements deal with these Zealots. But what reinforcements is my question, because once again, Ashbringer is currently down to 11 workers. He could not afford to make more units for the longest time here.
Exactly. Like, his Cybercore is depowered, which means he can't even get Warp Gate. He's trying desperately to get the Sentry up so he can force field the ramp. And the Sentry will finish, but, oh god, can he deal with what's in his base?
Eventually, not anytime soon. The probes are at a pretty big risk. Actually, the DPS from the Adepts and the Sentries, they're doing an alright job.
Yeah. Yeah, he only loses 2 probes. He has to be careful not to overextend, as losing a Sentry will be devastating. But Ashbringer, he's attempting to stabilize. I keep saying, though, attempting. To be fair, he does have a shield battery. He does have overcharge.
He does, doesn't he?
Ooh.
But if he uses that overcharge, what does that really mean for him? What will that really amount to? Because while Rise isn't expanding, he at least has 24 workers on him. He's at least teching up a little bit with a robo facility and whatnot.
Exactly, like he's going to be working on an Immortal. It looks like Rise could... Okay, I was about to say Rise could do a couple of things from here. He could either expand and take a base or double down. And seeing this robo, I assumed that he was going to double down and like get Immortals and try and bust through the front door. But he takes a Nexus as well. So he's doing a little bit of both. And that's a little bit scary because if he loses this outpost, he'll also lose the robo.
Yeah, not just a robo, but all of his production, pretty much.
Yeah.
Has finished up Warp Gate, though.
Yeah, that he has. It's more than I can say for Ashbringer. His is still on the way. He's trying to Chrono boost it out. Because he used the Chrono, he doesn't have enough energy for overcharge.
That's going to be very, very tricky to deal with. Sentry does wall off the ramp, but unfortunately the Observer is providing some high ground vision. Also, Adepts do not care about force fields. That's the last of the NG used up on these sentries.
Yeah.
There's just nothing stopping Rise, is there?
Exactly, the Adepts they shade in, they will be dealt with, but oh my god, the main army is going to push up the ramp. Do we have enough NG for an overcharge? We still don't, but we still have 2 shield batteries, so Ashbringer, he's holding on for now.
For now.
Yeah. That's his last gateway.
It is, isn't it? Pounds as well in a lot of trouble. There's just no production left here for Ashbringer.
Exactly.
Oh, my mistake. There's actually a robo facility. I'm surprised he had the resources to get that and then Immortal out.
Oh god, yes, the Immortal is about to pop out, but can he hold on? Oh my god, in come the Stalkers of Rise. The boys are being pulled for Ashbringer. There's Micro as well because we have a War Prism. And there's just no way Ashbringer holds, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, I think we all know the answer to that, whether or not Ashbringer can hold. And there we have it, in case you weren't convinced. Forced to tap out, and we have our series sideways tied 1-1.
Yeah, and now my question is Rise ever going to expand and mine from his natural?
No. Be a little out of character if he did.
Does he have enough different builds to like proxy every game in a best of 5?
Definitely, yeah.
I hope so.
I've seen multiple of them. Well, in fairness, I've seen them in different matchups, not necessarily in PvP. But you know what? Every now and then, in a best of 5, you just want to bring in a PvZ build, you know? Catch your opponent off guard.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of different cheeses you can do in PvP. Like, there's a lot, to be fair, right? You know, we can see I was gonna say a cannon rush. You know, we can see cannon rushes in PvP, but there's a lot of finesse that's involved and a lot of practice as well when it comes to like your positioning of pylons and cannons. I don't know if that's something that Rise wants to tackle.
Yeah. In general, probe micro is really important in a cannon rush, but especially in PvP. Because your opponent's got probes too.
They do, mate. They do. We could also see, I know, proxy gateways, but stalkers instead of just zealots. We can see proxy Stargate into Void Rays and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited.
You go to Haas method and go for an economic cheese if he so chose.
It's true.
Still technically a cheese.
Technically, I am a little bit concerned for him if we do end up in a later game, but maybe I have nothing to be concerned about. We may find out, because it looks like map 3 is going to be Glittering Ashes.
We're not going to get into a later game on this map. It's PvP. If it was a PvZ, I'd agree with you there. But it's PvP, come on. It's PvP with Rise and Ashbringer.
You know what I would say, though? Like, it's a PvP, sure, but because it's a big map. Proxy Nexus?
Why not? Proxy Nexus for battery overcharge. Let's go.
I should have been a little bit more clear. I was thinking more of like a ninja base, but okay.
No, I think if we do get a late game, we'll get it on a map like Blackburn, or maybe Pride of Altaris. But yeah, I doubt we'll see it on Glittering Ashes. Speaking of Glittering Ashes, that's where we are currently. Funnily enough, how did that work out? In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, sorting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have a Teal Protoss player coming out from the land of Russia. Hopefully a fellow disciple of King Cobra, because so far in the series he has been playing quite standard. Would like to see him switch it up a little. He is going to be representing himself as far as I can tell. Is it me? It's not me. Oh, okay. We have Ashbringer.
And spawning in the top right hand corner, but also proxying down here towards the south, we have the Australian Protoss player. Was there any doubt that this would be a game where he would proxy? Of course not, of course not. It is the Australian Protoss. It is Rise.
Yeah, I had no doubt in my mind. I gotta be honest though, Light, once you threw in the possibility of a ninja base, I thought maybe this probe might throw down the Nexus in the start base location. You know?
Ah!
Oh, wow! This is not just a 2-gate proxy.
Oh, it is not, mate. It is not. Okay, regardless, it's going to get scouted. What's important is what we just saw as well. Ashbringer, he's playing from the land of Russia, so ping-wise, he's at a disadvantage compared to Rise. So Rise will have that to kind of leverage as well. And with these two gates, mate, you know what else doesn't take gas? Cannons.
It doesn't. No shield batteries.
True.
But of course, you don't get a forge if you're getting for shield batteries, so... Yeah.
Oh, this is a little bit scary as well. Ashbringer hides a probe in the main base, so this tells me that if he gets Warp Gate, he can always throw down a pylon, and he can warp it in and adept across the map to harass a mineral line.
Or, hear me out, Light. Ashbringer is finishing up a forge.
Oh, true. He also steals the gas.
Oh, but he goes for the defensive cannon rush instead. Okay. Defensive cannon rush, defensive cannon. That is the state of PvP, or the state of Protoss, where you cannot say cannon without rush follow after that.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. So, what's important about what's happening here is that a defensive forge is the best thing you can do, but the forge is exposed. It's going to go down. Only two cannons. Sorry, only one cannon was thrown down.
But there is a stalker behind that, and that cannon is in a very well-placed choke point. Stalker is well around to add a little bit of extra defenses, but interestingly enough, Ashbringer is kind of walled in here. Rise finds some high ground vision with his Zealot, but a Stalker actually can't contest that.
Yeah, honestly, this is really cute. Like, I love this Zealot. Providing the high ground vision, as you said. And this is the only gateway here for Ashbringer, so losing this gateway is going to hurt him so much. It's going to open things up if Rise wants to go in. What's important, though, is that Rise did throw down a Cyber Core here. Again, proxied. He is taking his gases. That's why he's trying to reclaim his stolen gas. And that's also why it was really big brain of Ashbringer to steal that in the first place.
Yeah. You thought it was a meme. You thought it was something that CranKy Zerg players just do. But no, it's all planned out.
Oh yeah, we're just built different, mate.
Exactly.
Oh god. Meanwhile, the Zealots are trying to do their best, but they're getting picked off one after the other. The shield batteries combined with these Stalkers are looking pretty good, and I love this. We have an Oracle. We
It shoots up.
Yeah, a scared player would go for a Void Ray, right, to defend, which makes sense. But this man has balls of steel. He wants to send his Oracle across the map.
Yeah, it's not rallied as of yet, but may as well, right? Fight fire with fire. He knows he's in a very good defensive position, and he knows that all of the production of Rise is on the front lines. He may as well go across the map and take advantage of Rise's lack of anti-air or defensive anti-air.
Exactly. Like, the problem is that Rise does not have Warp Gate. He cannot warp in back at home. Ooh, but we do have a shield battery on the way. This is so important. Is it going to be in time, though? Because the Oracle is about to rock up. Uh-oh.
Yeah, single Oracle cannot deal with probes that have shield battery support, but as he was saying, the shield battery ain't up yet.
Yeah, this was a little bit too late. Meanwhile, Ashbringer even proxies a gateway. So again, I love this way of dealing with the response. He's trying to set up the bare minimum to defend at home with shield batteries and cannons, and he wants to be the aggressor here because Rise is so vulnerable.
Say the bare minimum. That's actually a lot of shield batteries, but
No.
these are shield batteries that Ashbringer can't afford. You know, he has been pretty much untouched economically until those adepts came in, and I mean, by the time those adepts did come in and start targeting down drones, I think it was too little too late. Ashbringer was able to recover much quicker than Rise, and that is why he's ahead. 7 probes.
Exactly, and there it is. GG gets called. Ashbringer takes game 3.
It's up on match point.
Oh my god.
One more, and he qualifies for the close qualifier. One more. I love that we... It feels like it's been a while since we casted a PvP Light, and we jump back into it. The first one we get is Rise vs. Ashbringer. I love it.
It's wild, mate. It's wild, and hopefully this goes all the way to the ace match. I want to see more from these players. It's a solid...
Not alone there.
Yeah, it's a solid clown fiesta that we're getting, mate. It's ridiculous. It's great. It's StarCraft.
Yeah, this is peak PvP.
Yeah, on the Asian server with 2 non-Asian players.
Yeah, you thought NA PvP was
Ah!
the height. Oh, we just got an update here in the in-game chat. Nightmare sticking out Chocolate 3-0. Kind of the expected result, but I do hope that I believe Chicken Man was casting that.
Mhm.
Not mistaken. Do hope that Chocolate was able to put in one hell of a fight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously we knew that Chocolate would not have a good time against Nightmare, but I hope he enjoyed himself, and I hope he will continue to enjoy himself as he plays some Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah. So you gonna switch from a cat girl to a bunny boy? Is that the plan?
We'll find out.
Well, yeah, we shall. How does that work, actually? Anyway, we are going to be continuing our series here on Pride of Altaris, LE. On the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our Deal Protoss player coming out from the land of Russia. He is currently on match point. He only needs un momento por favor to qualify for tomorrow's close qualifiers. Representing himself, we have Ashbringer.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, going for a Forge first, we have the Australian Protoss. He is yellow. It is Rise.
Old mate Jesse.
Yeah, I think in the end he's like, you know what? I was listening to the stream, and a cannon rush would be a good idea. Let's go.
Yeah. Just a straight up cannon rush, you know? None of this zealot nonsense.
Exactly. Who needs gateway units where you can just make cannons made as he sends 2 of these probes across the map? Quickly checking the vision of Ashbringer, he did go for a probe scout and he did see the Forge, so he knows to be aware. He already pulled a couple of boys prematurely.
Yeah, just getting ready to deal with those cannons before they get up. Oh! The mineral locking is good enough, but now for Rise, not anymore! As one probe gets sniped by the probes of Ashbringer.
Mate, that is so dangerous. He only has 1 probe left and he's 1 shot away from dying. No!
Just like so. That being said, there is still high ground vision here with these 2 pylons. Pylons have quite a bit of health on them. It will take a while for them to get taken out. Ashbringer, he's not producing anything. He's not producing anything. Ashbringer.
He's not, but you know what? Because he's proxy stargating.
He is, and if he's able to get Stargate units out, then it will be a massive boon to him. He'll be able to give Rise a bit of a taste of his own medicine, but for now, he's just being battered and bruised.
Oh my god! Rise, he scouts! He can cannon rush the proxy! Like, let's be real here. The production is under threat. Rise, he's actually making some progress. He sent the 3rd probe across the map, so we have another cannon being made. The only production is going to be this Stargate. Unfortunately, he doesn't cannon rush it. But now he sees.
He can cannon rush the proxy.
He should have.
Just anything.
He should have. Let's be real. He should have cannon rushed the proxy.
Yeah. He had enough time and resources, but he did really want to focus the majority of his firepower here on the other side of the map.
Yeah. And the problem is that because Ashbringer thought he was safe after killing both probes, like, he now has 0 production in his own base. He only has a single Stalker. 1 Stalker came out. That's all he has to defend at home. And again, this Void Ray has a lot of work to do.
A whole lot. There's already a cannon coming up here in the mineral line of Rise.
Oh god, there is. The cannon will finish up just in time, but only a single cannon. Is that going to be enough here? There's no shield battery. The Void Ray activates his pulsar beam, and the cannon's going to go down. Uh-oh.
Just not quite enough to take out that Void Ray. Well, we'll see, because Ashbringer is losing all of his workers as well. Rise pulls away. He has the space to do so.
Like, nothing shoots up. We have 1 Stalker on the way, but there's only a single pylon. It's going to go down. Like, Rise will have no anti-air. At the same time, the cannon rush is progressing, but he doesn't have any income.
Yeah. If Rise had 400 minerals, I think he might have tried to get a ninja base, but he didn't in the end. GG is called, and Ashbringer will qualify for tomorrow's Asia server close qualifiers. G to the G. That was peak PvP. I love that's what we jumped into.
Wild, mate. Wild. GG, well played. Congratulations, Ashbringer. My condolences go out to Rise. It was a lot of fun. He had a lot of cheese, he had a lot of cheddar, and he almost made it work that last game, not gonna lie.
Shoulda can rushed the proxy.
It's one of those things where unfortunately, like, even though he saw the Stargate building, he didn't have a cybercore ready. Like, he wasn't set up to defend against the Void Ray, you know. He was trying to get cannons, but
he was just a bit too late.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, that series actually took a while to finish up because we do have the results of 2 other of our qualifying matches that went down. Buell has taken out El Usuri 3-0, and as we were talking about earlier, Nightmare has taken out Chocolate 3-0. But Spanmeister and Mohawk are still going on, so we may be able to get into that.
Are they still mid-series, or have they not
updated?
Have they not updated? I think that's the better question, because that I'd be surprised if they're still mid-series, not gonna lie. Regardless, so again, congratulations to all of our players. You know, congratulations to Ashbringer. He's a bit of a wild card. For him to make it through was pretty surprising and pretty impressive. Like, yeah, wow.
And honestly, just showing up in the first place is something that we definitely appreciate, and so it's well worth it or well deserved, I should say, for him to be advancing to the next round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's also one of those things where Funada, the other Southeast Asian and Oceanic players, just because like this is at a pretty good time zone for them, and they could have made it to the closed qualifiers, to be honest. Like, as we saw, Demi made it through just from walkovers. Yeah, just from signing up.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just quickly checking here. How far do you need to go into this to get some like EPT points or some money? That's what I want to know.
Oh, EPT points, I think you actually have to make it to the main event itself, but money? That's another question. I think you might get a payout if you are in the close qualifiers. I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, we'll have to double check here. It may just be a straight up qualifier. Regardless, yo, there's a lot of players. Oh my god. Check out the Liquipedia page, and I think I have a bracket for this. I do. Probe was invited to this.
He was, yeah.
Does he know that he got invited?
Probably. I doubt it.
Yeah, look, if he was forgetting about his A and Z champ matches, and the last time I heard from him, he said, alright, well, I'm done with StarCraft until DreamHack Katowice. I don't think he knows that he got invited.
Quick, everybody DM him now.
Oh, God.
Immediately. Yeah, it's a very massive bracket that we have for our close qualifiers. I mean, 32 players right off the bat, and only 8 of them make it to the main event.
Exactly. 32 players come in, 8 come out. I'm just showing on the screen right now the invited players, so again, everyone that you would expect to see. We even have the top 2 from Taiwan and Time from China. I believe
if Gogo Joy wasn't in the lab.
I know, like I believe that this was based off of EPT points. Otherwise Cyan would have been invited due to his winter performance. But Cyan makes it anyway because he showed up.
Yep. It's a top, I believe it's the top player from China, the top player from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the top 14 players from Korea all get an invite. And then everybody else has to go through the open qualifiers. Well, except for Probe, because what happened with Probe was that Parting Innovation and SOS were actually initially invited, but obviously they are going to the military or are already in the military. And funnily enough, Probe and Haas already had more points than some other players. So I think that's why they, some other Korean players, so that's why they got invited.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit sad that, you know, hey, there are these players that are invited, but they're doing their military service, and they won't be available anymore. So, less than 3, my heart goes out to Parting Innovation and SOS.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you how well they were doing at the start of the year before, before they did have to go into the military.
Oh, you say start of the year? Like Parting only recently announced, and he's been looking pretty good.
Yeah, actually, looking good throughout the year. Parting, I mean.
Yeah.
Was he top 4 in Katowice?
Yeah, like Parting, like I hope we get to see more of him when he does return, but I'm just looking in game chat. Glide just showed up. He's like, yo guys, what I miss? I just got here. Oh no.
Oh no. There.
Oh my god. Less than 3, man. For those wondering, the Russian casters just showed up to cast, and it's like, mate, the qualifier's done. It's over.
There we go. He's like, you guys are trolling me right now, right? No, not at all. Not at all, mate.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But yeah, with that, we have all of our qualified players. We are done here for this evening.
Yep, we just got updated though. Spinemeister did take out Mohawk 3-0. So yeah, there we go. That's all of our series.
Yep. Everyone is done. Everyone has finished up. So yeah, we will return tomorrow, and tomorrow is when the big bracket is gonna be. You know, we have our 32 players invited, or 32 players, half of them invited, half of them qualified. And there's gonna be a massive bracket, plenty of matches, plenty of games to be casted. So even though today may be a short and slightly disappointing qualifier when it comes to the length of it, tomorrow should be a much more standard qualifier and a much more standard broadcast.
Like, this is just the appetizer, you know. You don't get it too filled up on bread before the main course arrives. It was a light, less than an hour long broadcast to just tantalize the taste buds a little bit.
There you go. Beautiful. I just realized I haven't had dinner today.
And neither have I. I was so worried because I woke up late. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to eat.
Same.
I'm still not hungry yet.
Same. I woke up an hour before, or like 45 minutes before the broadcast. I looked at my clock and my heart jumped. I was like, oh, I had a nap to make sure I'm well rested for the qualifier, but I need to make sure I'm awake. So I like jumped in the shower, like got ready to go. Let's go.
You showered, man? I didn't even comb my hair. I just plopped myself on the chair. I was, let's go.
There you go. Hold on. Just before we go, exclamation mark Funada Starduck. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. For showing up late. But thank you everyone for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we don't get to cast anywhere near as much Rise as we should.
Yeah. Funada Rise, and everybody at Rise, tell them to sign up and more of our stuff.
Exactly. Get in there, Rise. Get in there. With that, Yaku, mate, what's gonna go on with you this week? I know we have a lot to cast, but stream?
Question mark?
Maybe?
Question mark? Probably not. I'll see if I'm up to playing anything tonight. Which I may or may not decide to stream, but probably not. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna be full. Is most likely what I'm gonna be.
Like, I'm gonna eat and then gonna go into a sleep coma. There you go.
Yeah. That's what I'm probably gonna do. But if I do decide to stream, I will announce it over at twitter.com at @Yakuzaku, and it will be over at twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1.
There you go.
Also, exclamation mark Discord in the chat, because I forgot that we're on our channel and not the ESLB channel. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat will bring you to CranKy Ducklings Discord server. I'm there, Light is there, and most importantly, the stream announcer bot is there. in case I forget to announce on Twitter.
Exactly. And if you want to tune into more of us casting together, not just us, but also players like, or people like Steomo, Darking, Cristiano, Milk every now and then, check us out here. Give us a follow. We're going to be live every single day this week, or almost every single day this week. Tomorrow we have the closed qualifier for DreamHack Last Chance Asia. We also have GPO the day after that, and then we have Master Swan Open, the last one of the year, and then we end up in our end of year weekend tournaments, the last go by period of the year, ESL Asia.
Yeah. I want to encourage everybody here, if you're eligible, sign up for our tournaments this week, because it is the final Grand Plepis Open of the year. As well as our final Master Swan Open of the year. And yeah, once MSO concludes, that is going to be it for 2021 from us. We're not going to have another tournament that we organize until 2022.
Yeah, until next year. And how far into next year is yet to be determined. We try to come back like maybe halfway through January. I know we got delayed last year because of the API. Fun fact, we're getting API issues again.
Yeah, only on NA though, surprisingly.
Yeah, which is the most important server when it comes to our participation. But oh god, so yeah. Unfortunately, there's some API issues. Hopefully, they get resolved, and then our amateur events can come back.
I know what's his name is working on a Band-Aid. SC2 Pulse, there we go. Is working on a Band-Aid fix while we hope that Blizzard fixes the actual thing.
Fingers crossed.
Emphasis on hope.
Yeah. Oh, god, shaking my head. But
look,
thank you everyone for watching.
I was just gonna say, we need to promote the StarCraft Observer's TikTok more, because then maybe Blizzard will listen to us.
We need the StarCraft Observer. We need him to collaborate with Chase. That's what we need.
We do.
Because we know Chase is the best technician in all of Oceania. Not just he's the best technician / diver that we have.
Yeah.
And he's the one down there in the trenches at the bottom of the sea fixing those cables. So
chasing the sharks away.
There you go, mate. There you go. But yes.
Make sure that they don't chomp on the cables.
Thank you everyone for watching. Again, a short broadcast today, but we'll make up for it tomorrow, and we'll see you then.
That we shall. Team games?
Thought you were gonna eat.
I should eat.
Oh my god. Okay, if you want to tune into Team Games, we're going to be streaming on our own channel, maybe later on today. We'll see. Thank you everyone for watching.
Mark,
yeah, we need to add Aries. That's what we need. See you tomorrow, guys. Ciao.
Bye. Bella.